Hi there, and thank you to all my subscribers for the continued support. I've touched on this before, but I just thought it kind of went along with what I found recently, so I'll do it again. This is from an interview, 60 Minutes interview with this guy named Robert Bigelow, who is like a big real estate billionaire guru out in Las Vegas, and supposedly he's going to be working with or is working with NASA. And in this interview, I just want to read a real quick part of it real fast. He's asked, "Do you believe in aliens?" And he says, "I'm absolutely convinced. That's all there is to it." So then they ask, "Do you also believe that UFOs have come to Earth?" And he says, "There has been and is an existing ET presence, and I spent millions and millions and millions. I've probably spent more as an individual than anyone else in the United States on this subject." So I'm very appreciative of this guy coming out and saying this, because it's something that a lot of people have been saying for a long time. It's even in the Bible, for crying out loud. They call them the Nephilim, giants, that's kind of what have you. Go by a whole lot of different names. Sci-fi and horror likes to call them the ancients. That's what it seems to be a real common theme, is they're called that a lot. But they're the interdimensional beings, whatever you want to label them as. And I think it's great that you have this billionaire who comes out, who's working with NASA, no less, and comes out and says, "Hey, this stuff is real. It's been here. It's always been here. I've spent more money than anyone else, and I don't care." And he even says, whenever the interviewer asks, "Well, aren't you afraid of being called crazy?" And he said, "I don't care. It doesn't make it any less true. Belief in this is absolutely irrelevant. I mean, it doesn't matter what you believe, doesn't matter what I believe, because what is regardless of belief." So I think that's great. So this guy comes out and basically says that that movie They Live is real, right? And then, so Newsweek comes out this week. "Aliens could be just like us. Darwin's theory of evolution means ET would be human-like. Nearly every depiction of extraterrestrial life are of green figures with large heads and bug eyes that look, well, alien. But new research suggests that if advanced beings from faraway worlds exist, they may look a lot like us." So does this sound familiar to anyone?
What's your problem? I said, what's your problem?
How are you today, sir?
Okay, how's it going?
Fine, thank you. Thank you, sir. Here you are, sir. Thank you.
And I gotta mention this again because it's great. Nearly every depiction of extraterrestrial life are of green figures with large heads and bug eyes that look, well, alien. And where did they get that idea from? Where was the inspiration for that design? Because it's just the serpent. You throw the forked serpent tongue on here, and that's all you got. You're looking at a serpent from above. And I picked this Earth Sucks on purpose because, golly gee willikers, 3D blows. Here's NASA's logo. And don't even think of this as really the snake or the serpent. It's just a symbol for something older than humanity, something very old. It's just the split. It's the duality bullshit system that we're trapped in. It's the illusion that there's only two choices when there's a third option, the sun in the middle. And you only have so long to get it figured out that you're trapped in this system before they reset the clock, and you got to do it all over again with no knowledge of it really from before. And it'll be even harder on you the next time around. They only use 10% of our brains this time, supposedly, so who knows what it'll be next time. Because that's why this is called the human race. Your salvation is a timed event. That's why even Stephen Hawking came out recently and said, this will be a new form of life. Stephen Hawking says artificial intelligence robots will replace humans completely. It will be a new form of life that will outperform humans. We're going to be replaced. That's what happens. That's why it's called the human race. Who knows what it's going to be next? Or maybe we'll just be called cyborgs. I don't know. This place is so cussing weird. Who knows? So anyway, now you watch this and tell me that Wendy Williams isn't some interdimensional being that lost its signal. I mean, this whole thing right here is really, really spooky and knucking futs. Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate, too, you got to love how this happened on Halloween. You know, that's when they say the spirit world can more easily influence and interact with the physical world. So yeah, that's pretty funny. That's the time of year whenever the veil is lifted, or as I just think of it as the signal being weaker for whatever reason this time of year. So yeah, just wanted to mention that, reiterate that.
What's your problem?
Talk show host passed out live on air.
It's time for our How You Doing Halloween costume contest. We do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
The show cut to black and went to an extra long commercial break, nearly 6 minutes long. But when it did come back on, Wendy was back up.
That was not a stunt. I'm overheated in my costume and I did pass out. But you know what? I'm a champ and I'm back.
Any questions?